January's box. Gin, we'll do the whiskey afterwards. Why are these for gin in particular?
Because they are made by interesting folk with a passion behind what they do. They are relatively small batch produced as well. One person's small batch is another person's big batch, of course, but in this case they are relatively small batch. They're all really well crafted, made where they say they're made, and I think made really, really well. Just lovely flavours as well. And also there's a nice spread of difference amongst them. 3 Scottish ones, 1 French one, just as an outline, but all really super tasty and very interesting as well. Nice story.
Nice bottles too.
Yeah, very nice bottles. They look good. I want to just crack off with the. We'll go Kinrara, I think, first. Just this guy here, from near Aviemore, owned and made by actually friends of ours who are local to here. Duncan and Kevin live in Dunblane, and the estate is in Aviemore. Gin's called Kinrara, and it's rather lovely. So cheers.
Cheers.
Enjoy. So we'll have a wee taste neat first, then we'll add a little bit of tonic and see how that changes it. And a good gin for me should be enjoyed neat. There's no two ways about it. It should have to be on its own merit, tasting really, really well. There's a spittoon there if you so desire.
Now I must admit, the more I've drunk of gin, the more I've come around to that as well. You can't drink it and taste it.
Yeah, obviously most folk are going to pour another tonic into it or some other mixer, but it has to be good in its own case, on its own merit, because a lot of people will have a gin martini, or they might add a very, very small amount of tonic, or they might just add a garnish and have it neat like that. And in that case, you need it to be a really nice gin. And I think in this case, it's relatively classical, very fresh, lovely zesty kind of citrusy characteristics. There's a bit of apple for me as well, but mainly citrus fruits up front, and a little bit of sort of almost minty freshness to it as well on the length, which I really like. It keeps the flavour going a long time.
Oh, it's a lovely gin. I must admit, and I love the bottle as well, obviously.
Yeah, it's good, doesn't it? Have a little bit of tonic first. We'll just add a tiny touch so we're not drowning it, and then you can always add more if you wish.
Well, that increases the smell.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, good tonics shouldn't cloud or mask the flavour of the gin. They should allow more flavour to come through and enhance, I suppose. Some tonics are sweeter than others, so that's just something to be aware of, and they can add their own flavour. I'm not going to mention any names here, but some can add quite a lot of sweet flavour to the drink, which a lot of people like. But for me, I think the point of a tonic should be to allow the natural flavour of the gin to grow and express itself.
Yeah, enhance what you're getting. No, I agree with that. And again, it just remains super fresh and zesty and clean and just delicious, I think. It is a very, yes, compared to something, it's a very, very clean. There's no bitterness to that at all, is there? It's really, and it just carries on drinking and drinking and drinking. Yeah, it does. It's really lovely gin, that. Yeah, that's good. It goes great with a slice of orange, and it goes really well with just traditional garnishes as well. It's very malleable, you can do a lot with it, because it doesn't hang its hat on one very specific flavour. You can throw pretty much anything you like into it. And I think being too prescriptive with a gin is sometimes a bit of a detriment, because if someone says, oh, you have to enjoy it with a specific thing, then if the person doesn't like that specific thing, then you're walking away from that gin. Yeah, and likewise you get gins which are very, very orange, and there's not much else you can do with them. I mean, it's very nice, but I know what you mean. That one's that one's much smoother, isn't it? It's a lovely gin. Oh, it is good, isn't it? Right, good. So, what would you like to try now?
moving on to, we'll do the Osmoz next. So this is
I do like a good cork.
it's a nice cork that as well. It's a proper quality one, made really well. Not cheap those. Right, this is French, Osmoz, and the reason we like it is it's made from marc, the post-fermentation from wine, and what you're left with is sort of the pumice, the detritus, the used grape skins, other garbage such as stalks sometimes as well. So they have distilled that and made it into what I think is a really interesting, sometimes nice to actually smell from the bottle, because it can smell quite different to when it's in the glass. And I think in this case, you get more of a grapey character when you smell it from the bottle than you do from the glass.
Oh yeah. It almost smells like, I mean to me, and fairly uneducated, but to me that almost smells brandy.
Yeah, well,
or heading in that direction.
Yeah, certainly in the glass there is an element of new make. The distillate after you make what will become a cognac or a whiskey.
Yeah.
There's a estery character. So invariably esters will show as pears, sometimes apples. But yeah, there's very much the characteristic sort of brand new make spirity nose to that, but in a good way. You know, it's got a bit of cereal note to it as well. And then I think, you know, I think you can sometimes find yourself looking for a particular aroma or flavour, but I think in this case you don't need to look too hard. You can actually tell it's from grapes.
Yes.
And I like that. Almost sort of leafy character as well on the nose.
It does remind me of wine tasting. I mean, definitely. The more I smell it, the more I think of all the times I've gone wine tasting. That's really nice. Very different.
Absolutely delicious neat. Bottled at 46%. So, you know, it's not a lightweight. They're not messing around here. They have made a really proper spirit, and to be able to enjoy that neat at 46, I think is admirable. Shows a really, really good quality spirit. And with tonic, again, you're not losing any of that aroma and flavour. I think it enhances it really well.
It does. I would say, like you were saying earlier, it does sweeten it slightly. I mean, it makes it really, really nice. I think. Right. It doesn't make it different. Whereas there's some gins you add tonic to, or some tonics you add to gins, and it just totally changes them.
No, you can.
This, that is nice.
It's good, isn't it? And you get a little bit of spiciness as well, which I think is really interesting. Becomes pepperiness on the finish, so it keeps the flavour going longer and longer and longer.
I can see more people liking that generally than liking this.
This, I think, a lot of people would want to add more tonic than we have, and maybe some garnishes to sweeten it up a little bit, because it is dry.
It's very dry, yeah.
You can almost kid yourself into thinking it's tannic. You know, the tannins that you get from the skins of grapes, the natural preservative from grapes. You can get that sense of the dryness in your mouth, and I don't think it is tannic as such. I think it's just the alcohol playing a trick on your palate. But you do, because of the relationship with the grapes, of course, you can sort of think to yourself, oh, it's a bit tannic. It's got some chewy character to it. Nice and textural, I think. It's really
it is. It's very different, but it's very nice.
Right.
What next?
Great. Let's move on to the Hills and Harbour. Personal favourite of mine.
Yes, no, you said that before.
It's not just the flavour of this that I like. I think it's the ethos, it's the story behind it, it's the people involved. It's the fact, for me, most importantly, they do everything there as well. Now, the ones that we've tasted and the one that we're about to taste, they do nearly everything there as well. But Graham McCrafty takes it to the next level, where they use local wheat and they make their own mash. as
All
well.
right.
So they are creating their own spirit from the very ground up, or grain to glass, as a lot of these places like to refer to it as. So they're using local wheat and some bought-in wheat to make their mash, which they make the vast majority into gin, but they could also, and are, able to make whiskey out of that as well, with the correct distillation, of course. But the addition of the local seaweed, the Ballarat seaweed, the noble fir from the hills, and not local, unfortunately, but they're using mango to give a bit of sweetness. So you get the sappiness of the noble fir, needles. You get in the salty freshness of the Ballarat seaweed, and then you get in that sort of mid-palate sweetness and richness and fleshiness from the mango. They bring it all together with some Szechuan peppercorns as well, just to keep things honest and not overly too full.
Yeah, that smells lovely.
Mm.
That's very nice. It's slightly, I know smooth is the right word, but slightly smoother in the mouth than the Osmoz.
Yeah, it's not got the peppiness that the Osmoz has got, so you naturally inclined to think it is a bit smoother. I think it's broader, actually, because of the mango giving a bit of richness in the mid-palate. Makes it slightly broader. But a real, dare I say it, crowd pleaser. You know, it's got everything going for it.
Very nice.
It's got all the sense of place and identity and heritage and everything about it, but it's incredibly normal, unchallenging gin, which has got amazing flavours. So yeah, it takes.
Yeah, I mean, I could see, in the same way as Kinrara, a lot of people will like that.
Yeah.
Whereas the Osmoz,
Yeah,
some people won't like Osmoz.
Yes, I think that's definitely.
Um,
definitely fair.
I mean, I would almost say that's, in a funny way, Osmoz light, but that, it doesn't do it any favor. It doesn't actually explain properly what it is, because it's lovely. But if you tried Osmoz and thought it was too much, I would go to that one.
Yep.
Because there's quite a lot in it.
There's an awful lot in it. Yes, that's
Okay.
cracking. It's cracking, isn't it?
So, our last one.
Yep, last gin. Strathearn, again, from friends of ours not far away from here, up in Methven in Perthshire.
Ooh,
yep.
very different colour.
It is very, very different. Natural colouring here, of course. Heather rose. You'll smell it. You'll taste it. It is.
It's a lovely.
It is a heathery, sweet, floral little number. But again, you know, perfectly balanced. It's not too sweet. It's not too floral. Everything is done really, really well. And again, we've got a decent alcohol level of 40% here for this one. Not as much as the Osmoz, but it is decent. So yeah, Tony and Jamie up in Strathearn Distillery. Tiny little outfit, but they make a lot of stuff and they make it very, very well. And been doing it for a few years now.
Consistently gets really good reviews. This.
Yeah, it's hugely popular. It's been through some brand changes, as most brands have once they're established. This is the latest livery and one that it's been in for quite a while now. And it can be a little bit of a surprise, especially because it comes out of the opaque bottle when people pour it. But they do that for a reason, because it's very small batch produced. The colour can change considerably, so you know sometimes it can be quite different to this.
So every time you open the bottle, you're not quite sure.
You're
what
not
colour
quite
you're gonna
sure, and as a result, I think that. So I've not actually clarified that with them, but I think I'm right in saying that might be one of the reasons that they've gone for this opaque bottle, so that you're not thrown by the fact that it does change colour from one batch to the next. And it can be lighter or darker or not.
It's almost, the aftertaste is almost like tea. Which may be just my weird taste buds, to be honest. But would that be the heather? I'm working out, your time to ask you questions is when your mouth's full. It's much more fun that way.
It has elements of black tea, definitely. Yeah, there is. You get it right at the back, almost like when you've opened a tea caddy of really good quality fresh black tea and you stuck your nose in.
It's when you've swallowed it or spat it out, and then you breathe out, you get it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm finding.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yes, it is. It's good. Right. Add a little bit of tonic. See what you think. Colour will change.
Mm-hmm. A lot of legs on it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nose changes immediately with this one.
Yeah, that's very different.
A lot more floral. Also sweeter notes and a little bit of almost ginger. Ginger ale, ginger beer on the nose. And then it becomes almost sort of cream soda-y as well.
Totally changes the taste as well. That is very nice.
Comes a lot sweeter, doesn't it?
It comes a lot sweeter
And
a lot more floral.
as a result, absolutely beautiful summer drink.
Yes, I can imagine that on a
Piled high,
hot day.
lots of ice, strawberries through it. It takes a lot of different garnishes, but for me, I love it with strawberries because I think when you've added the tonic, you get a little bit of dryness coming through on the finish as well. The strawberries layer that flavour up. Yeah, I really like it. It's very good.
So that's our gins.
Great.
4 really nice ones. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they're interesting. They will tell a story as well, which is nice.
Yeah, I like the stories. I like